Welcome to the Snap Society. I'm Jamie Larson, and we have Erin here with us, and she's going to give us an immense amount of information in a very short amount of time. So listen up, and at the very end, she gives us a very generous discount code. So make sure that you're a member to the Snap Society. And if you enjoy these shows, if you gain from them, I just want to ask that you would share them on your social media platforms, and we would just really appreciate that. All right, enjoy the show. Hey, Erin, thanks so much for being on the Snap Society.
Hi, Jamie. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, so just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how many kids you have, all that good stuff.
Okay, well, I'm currently living in Utah. I would say I'm from Hawaii for the most part because I'm part Hawaiian, but my dad, we were in the Air Force. My dad was in the Air Force, so I grew up all over. And now I live in Pleasant Grove, Utah. I have 4 kids and 2 dogs and a cat and 5 chickens? No, I have 5 chickens.
Yes.
And I mostly shoot weddings. I would say I'm a wedding photographer. I do like portraits and seniors and sometimes families.
Okay.
And that's it. There you go.
Awesome. And I also have chickens, which you will see if you stay for the bloopers at the end. My chickens are still babies though.
Oh no.
Yes. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about referrals and marketing without having to pay a whole lot of money. So that's something that Erin is just super awesome at, and so let's hear it.
Okay, I will try to be quick and snappy about it. I like to tell stories.
Yes.
I'm going to start with a story. So like a few years ago, I went out to lunch with a bunch of other photographers, a bunch of girls, and we were talking about kind of the other side of photography, which would be the business side of emailing and responding to clients. And I was saying that sometimes it's really hard because I'm tired. I want to go to bed and I have, you know, a bazillion emails to respond to. So one of the girls said, well, how many queries are you getting a day that you have to respond to? And I said, oh, you know, in the summer months, which is the busier season for me, 5 to 10 emails from prospective brides. And every girl that went out with us to lunch that day, like their jaws just dropped. And I thought, well, aren't you guys? And that wasn't the case. So I realized that at that point, like something unique was happening. And so about 3 years ago, I talked to my husband, he's in the business field. He's a treasury manager for a company. So I said to him, like, what do you think I'm doing differently? So we kind of looked over my business and what I was doing and how I was contacting clients and working with clients. And I came up with basically 10 things that I'm doing that are successfully generating new business consistently.
Okay. I want to hear these. Are you going to give us all 10?
What I should have done, if I had been more prepared, I would have had I would have held up like cute cards.
Number 1.
I could do it really fast. I could write it out. All right, I do have it written down, so I'm
awesome. Great.
So number 1, the first thing is when I meet a client, I find out about them, and not just about their wedding. I don't just talk to them about, you know, tell me about your wedding and your colors and how you met. I find out their interests, where they went to school, where they're working, what they like to do in their free time. And the more I find out about them, I mean, I like to say that I would say all my clients and I have a friendship. We're friends. So I don't think you can be friends with someone without asking them about themselves.
Right.
Or maybe you're just really curious. There you go. So that's the first thing. You need to find out a lot about your client. And by doing that, they're going to feel like you're connected to them, and so they're going to become loyal to you. Because I think, in general, when it comes to any sort of business, if I have someone who calls me and says, you know, can you refer a landscaper? I would say, oh, yeah, I have a friend named Tony who's an amazing landscaper.
Right.
But I can just crack open, I was going to say the Yellow Pages, and then I just realized that dated me.
Right. Me too.
Okay, I would go to Facebook. So yeah, I would refer a friend before I would refer someone that I haven't worked with. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's number 1 is find out about your clients, get to know them, become friends. Number 2, when you talk to your clients, you should make personal connections.
Okay.
I used to teach English. I taught high school English for a few years. And the way to get students to respond to the literature and really like what they're reading is they have to make personal connections to it. So it's the same with clients. I usually will talk to them and say, oh, you know, I do that too. Like Jamie, you and I have chickens.
Yes, just so random. Right.
So we can have chicken conversation.
Yep.
But that's the same thing I would do with clients, is I would find things that are similar, and then during the shoot, and this is another thing I talk about in posing, should we ever do a posing workshop?
Right.
But when I'm working with them, I'll bring up those personal connections that we have, and I'll say, tell me more about this, and then I have some way to interact too, so I'm not just constantly hitting them with a barrage of questions.
Right.
We have some way to kind of have a dialogue and interact, and then, you know, that just builds that friendship. So that's number 2, make those kind of personal connections. Oh, I can't talk. All right, number 3 is you want, when you're shooting, you need to take control of the shoot. So you need to have, like, exude confidence, right? So I had this, I used to play piano, and I had this orchestra professor who, he had said once, I don't know what song we were doing, but it was a really rough song. I think it was an Erin song. It was hard to play. So he had said, like, he got to one point where he just threw down his wand, and he was like, okay, if you're going to make a mistake, make it loud. Like, it better be big and loud, and that's it. Put it out there. So I think it's the same thing about when you're out there shooting and you're, you know, working with your clients and you're telling them what to do. You need to act like that's exactly what you meant to do every time. Because they feel confident in you, and if they feel like you are doing an A+ job, they're going to tell everyone else about you.
Right, right.
Okay. So number 4, I'm looking down at my notes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Number 4, okay. Dress and act professionally. This is key. And I was surprised how many photographers I found that don't do this.
Okay.
Whenever you meet with any client, I mean, it just seems like it would make sense, but whenever you meet with any client, you need to look at what you're wearing, and it needs to reflect your style of photography.
Right.
So if you're really, really formal, then you're dressing in all black and you're wearing pearls. If you're a woman. I mean, okay, whatever. Right. You wear what you want to wear. But I would say I work in Utah. I have a lot of, my clientele team tends to be a little bit younger, trendy bride. So when I meet with them, I'm dressing in trendy looking outfits so they feel comfortable around me. Because that's right. You don't want to set yourself apart by dressing, you know, I'm not going to show up in a suit, you know, a business suit. Right. Their pictures, automatically they're going to feel uncomfortable. So it's all about making more of that connection with them and making them feel more comfortable around you, which will then, if they feel extremely comfortable around you, they're automatically going to refer you out. Right.
Which also goes back to knowing your client, because you can't know how to, you know, dress or, you know, portray yourself if you don't know who your client is.
You don't know about them. Yeah. So that's key. Also, whenever I'm shooting, I think you should always just look the best that you can. Make sure that you're not showing up to the shoot with, you know, your shirt's dirty or wrinkled. Like, I would say, if you know you have a shoot scheduled, make sure that your clothes are clean and pressed and your hair's done, and, you know, you just taking care of yourself, because you're presenting yourself. You are your own product, and so you need to put your best self forward, and that way you won't only get referrals from your client, but you'll get them from other vendors that you're working with, and maybe even other people that you come across. Right. So so one time I was shooting a wedding at a really, I would say, busy location. There's other venues around this venue that I was at. So there's a lot of just everyday people that pass by this venue. So I was shooting the wedding. I was dressed nice. I was taking control. And in between some group shots, a woman off the road came up to me and asked for my card because she liked the way that I was dressed. And she and these are the 2 things she brought up. She said, I think you're really cute, and I like the way that you take control of your group. Nice. So she took my card. I booked a wedding from her, and then off of that wedding, I booked 2 more weddings. Wow. So it's all like kind of like getting your ball rolling. Yeah. And it'll keep going. Right. All right. So, because you never know who's watching. Exactly. So that's why you always need to put your best foot forward. Yes. Am I on number 5? Yeah. Okay. When you start off as a photographer and you actually sit down and you kind of think about how much you're really making, a lot of us aren't making a whole lot in the beginning. So this one's a little bit difficult. It's hard to give more than expected, but I think giving more than you have contracted for puts your client in a good position to start they want to give back too, and they know, people instinctively know the way to give back is to refer. So at the end of I would say at the end of a wedding, when I've brought prints or, you know, whatever we've contracted for and I'm giving it to them, I also give something else. I say, here is this gift to you from me. Thank you for choosing me as your photographer. And every time I give some sort of gift, that always comes back towards me. Mm-hmm. It always comes back where someone calls me and says, I saw this book that you gave so-and-so. Oh. It was really impressive.
So is that what gifts do you typically give?
What I do is I really like, I'm just going to throw out a company right now. I really like Black River Imaging. Uh-huh. And so they have these photo boxes that are amazing.
Okay.
So I basically order a photo box and I put in my favorite 100 proofs from the day that I loved.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And then I just wrap it up. And people love that because that,
and
like,
that's
they love
quality gift.
Of course, their images. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that I like to give. One of those. Or I have, I'll do a framed print, my favorite from their day. So if they have a really special, like beautiful location or venue, then I will take a photo, like a landscape photo for them, and then frame it or put it in a canvas. Mm. So I would say I am putting more money into the gift, and that's why I talked about it's hard when you're a new beginner, like a new photographer, to throw that money out there.
Well, and you're a wedding photographer, so it would maybe be different if you're a family photographer. But yeah, I mean that's
okay for families. What I do is I throw in an extra print. So it's usually 11 by 14, and I have it framed, or I do a canvas, which also for families. That can be.
Oh my gosh, they would. Yeah, come take my picture so I can get a free canvas.
Yeah.
That is really, really nice. Okay, so I want to tell you what I'm thinking of my new gift being. In 6 months, I'm going to change my client gift to fresh eggs from my hens. What do you think?
Okay.
I mean, a bird is on my logo. Don't you think that would work? I need to get like custom egg cartons. And then stamp the eggs with my logo?
I do think it's a good idea, but that actually takes me to point number 7, which is good tie-in. And you didn't even know what my points were before we had this.
Oh, no, I didn't actually.
Point number 7 is you should only give gifts that are marketing pieces for you. So marketing pieces as in they are pictures you took that other people
nice. So you mean I can't have my logo on my egg and they could just keep the egg forever?
I guess if they never crack and eat that egg, you could have your you could have an image. You could put an image in vinyl. And
like the Easter eggs, have those things. Yeah. Oh yeah.
If someone gave me a vinyl wrapped egg, I would definitely hire them again.
No, but I like your point. And by the way, I'm not planning on getting eggs. At least I don't think so. I do like your point, except if it's around Easter, about having it be something that, word it again. Yeah. Do it how you worded it.
A lot of photographers are giving out gift cards. Uh-huh. I've known wedding photographers who will say, oh, congratulations on your wedding. Here is a gift card to the movies and to the restaurant.
Okay.
So it's kind of like their first date.
Right.
Which I think is a great gift. I would love getting that gift.
Right.
But what you need to, I would say, like, your gift should serve multiple purposes. It should make them feel good. But it also, if you don't want to pay for marketing, then that's your marketing piece. You want to have something that they're going to present. So it needs to go something that's on their wall or something that's on their coffee table so other people will see it. Right.
Love that. That's a great nugget of knowledge right there. That's awesome.
And I have booked, I would say many, because I usually when someone calls me and if they get to the point where we're going to book a wedding, then I always ask them, how did you hear about me? And, tell me, what have you seen of mine? And a lot of times it's these boxes of images that I've given because they love flipping through those. Those boxes usually sit on a coffee table or the prints that go on the wall. Someone really
love that. Okay, so we skipped number 6. What's number 6?
Did we?
Yeah, because we had to skip over to 7.
Oh, that was number 6.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Wow, I really segued into that. Very well.
Oh, you did. No, it wasn't number 6. I don't know why I heard 7. Okay, so now we are on number 7. Okay, so after a shoot, you should post your images within 24 hours. You don't have to post like a gallery, but post a sneak peek
on Facebook or the blog or what?
Both. So if you're posting on, what I would say is everything should lead back to your blog because that's where you're going to have your pricing or an introduction to your pricing. So you don't necessarily need to price that. Okay, I charge $4,000 for a wedding. You could price, weddings start at this amount, and then it leads them to you further. Yeah. So I would say you need to post your full sneak peek on your blog. So I would say what works well for me is a sneak peek is anywhere from 5 to 10 images. So not the whole wedding, something quick. And sometimes I don't have time for that. And I'll be honest, sometimes I just do 3.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
But the reason I do more than one is I want them to get to my blog. So
Yes.
I will then post one image on Facebook with a link that says the rest are on my blog.
Okay. That
so
is
then
perfect.
it leads them from Facebook to your blog. And the same thing, you can do that on Twitter. Post one image on Twitter, and then it leads it to your blog. Or you just do the link on Twitter. And if you use Tumblr, you can do a link to your blog or Instagram. Those are all. And I think right now for photography, Instagram's really helpful. And Pinterest. Pinterest, I recently heard, and I don't know if this is true, I heard from someone else in the industry that Pinterest is the leading for sales in all social media.
Really?
I think that's true. We should check that out. So anything that you have on Pinterest, like people who are posting more of their businesses on Pinterest are basically making more money.
Wow. Okay. Well, I am definitely guilty of not doing that.
That could be
so I'm
totally
gonna do that.
untrue. I just heard that from someone.
Yeah. Just
all right.
a rumor. Maybe it is.
So post, and really within 24 hours, because if some people come away from a wedding, they're still excited about it. There's a lot of buzz. They're talking about the wedding. It just happened. So the sooner you can post, the more you can pull onto that buzz. That buzz then generates to you, and then people are on your site and they're talking about your site, and it keeps everything active. So 24 hours, that's the key. And after 24 hours, it cuts by half. That buzz
Have
goes
you
down.
seen that? Have you noticed that? Really?
Yes. So the amount of feedback I'll get, or the amount of views, because you can track your you can do your Google Analytics. The views go down by about half if I go past 24 hours.
This is going to be my goal because my blog is so ancient that I don't even post on there. So I'm going to really try to start posting on there. And especially, even if I just get stuck on Facebook, the 24 hours afterwards. I mean, that's a little step in the right direction.
Well, and I think that sometimes we get caught up thinking, I have to write something amazing about this couple. And you don't. Sometimes you can just say, I love this couple. Here's their images. Here's a sneak peek.
Right.
You don't need to go into detail because really they want to see their images more than anything else.
Yeah, they don't care about what you have to say. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, number 8.
Okay. Did I tell you I had 10? I have 9.
Oh, okay. You said.
No, I do. I have 10. I'm a liar.
Oh, good.
These are my scratched out notes. There you
nice.
go. Okay.
You're super organized. Good job.
Number 8 is you want to always, one of your images, this kind of goes with 7, one of your images should be a group shot. And it should be a group shot of people from the wedding.
So you can tag them all.
Yes.
And involve
so you can
them
tag
all.
them all.
That's a good one.
Because then it goes to their friends. So the more, social media is huge. That's the way you should be marketing and getting free marketing, really. Right. So if you're tagging an image with 20 faces, all of those 20 people and their groups will then see your image.
Perfect. Okay. That's a good one.
Number 9 is you should post your availability. So this is the whole supply and demand concept. Yeah. If you are busy and you're letting that be known, you're just going to get busier.
Right.
Because you're showing that, the supply is low. So when I'm booking up, I post that. I say, I have, 2 spots left this month if you want a session. Right. Or I am full until this month. And when I have posts like that, that usually generates a lot more inquiries into my inbox. Okay. It's a good thing.
Yeah, that is good. And a lot of times we don't even think to do that. But I've done that too. And I've gotten, those spots filled. But, if you don't think to do that, nobody knows that they've got to get in there. It gives them incentive to book you.
Exactly. So. I think that's really important. And then last is remember important dates of your clients. So this goes back to number 1. This takes us full circle. When you find out about your clients, I find out birthdays, and I remember that anniversary. So if they, if you're shooting their wedding August 12th, a year later, you need to send them a little note. Remember when I shot your wedding a year ago?
Yes.
Love you guys.
Personal
and
touch.
I think that's important because after you shoot their wedding, it's not, okay, goodbye, see you later, you're done. I shoot weddings. I'm primarily a wedding photographer, but I shoot other things. I know how to use the camera, so I'm not going to turn away business if they call me, a few years later and say we want a family picture. Right. So it's just continuing to build that relationship, and if they feel like you're invested in them, they're going to be invested in you. Right. Oh, that's so awesome, Erin. Thank you so much for sharing those tips with us. That was amazing. That was a big chunk of tips in just not very long amount of time. You were able to condense it. Quick. It was quick. And those of you who are listening, you don't know this, but we have actually been talking for like 3 hours before this. So it's really amazing that we got through this so quickly. I know. Okay, so we want to hear more from you.
And we want to, I'm sure that people are watching this thinking, oh my gosh, how can I learn from this lady? So, one thing we forgot to talk about is that you have actions and you have presets. Let's talk about that.
That is right. I am a part of another company called Ever Smitten.
Mm-hmm.
Ever Smitten is a Lightroom preset and Photoshop action company. We're a digital design company that's online.
Uh-huh.
So, look, I can show you our little card. Oh, no, it'll be backwards.
Oh, I do love it. It's not
kind of cute, right?
Yeah, they're really cute.
So, anyways, what we do is we create Lightroom presets. I'm all about like just streamlining everything because I mean I really know that you go out and shoot for an hour, and I know some photographers that come back and they are editing for 5 hours for 1 hour.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
So, and especially if you want to generate more business, then you need to get through the business that you're working on faster.
Mm-hmm.
So we created Lightroom presets that are what I would say the everyday photographer is going to use, and we created Photoshop actions that are simple and easy to use, and they're editable. So you can play that action, it goes onto your photo, and then you can adjust things. So each action has layers into it that you can adjust and then save how you want, so you get your own specific look. And they're at a great price.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. So what are they? What are they priced at?
So right now, our Lightroom sets are $69 each.
Okay.
Or if you buy two, you basically get the third for free. So we have a package set.
Oh, awesome.
The Lightroom presets, and I want to say they all have about 40 to 50 presets in them, plus like 10 or more, maybe 20 brushes in each one.
Awesome.
Not exactly.
And is it for RAW or JPEG?
It's for either. They'll work on either.
Oh, great. That's so great.
So, and then the Photoshop set is $99.
Okay.
And that has, I want to say, close to 40 actions, plus a makeup toolkit in it. So the makeup toolkit has mascara and blush, and you know what to do with those under eyes.
Yes.
And then so it has a great set of like makeup toolkits that you can do on your photos, and it's all quick and easy. So it's like one click and you're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I am just a huge advocate for this because I went from 6 hours. It used to take me 6 hours to edit. I finally got it down to 4 hours, and then I was introduced to Lightroom, and I edit in about an hour. And part of it's the presets that I've made, but I'm so excited to try your stuff. And but I just tell everybody, you know, it is an investment. It's not that big of an investment, really. But if you're starting out, it is an investment. But let me tell you this, it is so worth the investment. And a lot of times people can't hire an assistant. You can't hire a bookkeeper, but you know what you can do? You can buy actions and presets that are going to speed up your workflow so much better than if you did it on your own.
Images, like consistency.
Yes.
So they all have the similar look, because I think that's another key to getting business. You want to show that you're consistent. You want to show that you're, you know, competent in what you're giving, so people know what to expect. And so if you're using the same preset or you're using the same Photoshop action consistently and tweaking it how you want, then your images will have that trademark stamp.
And Erin, your stuff is gorgeous. So yeah, I mean, it's really neat that it's really neat that, you know, you can look at somebody and admire their work, and then they have something to sell, and you can actually buy it and, you know, be able to work with their stuff. So I want to encourage everybody to look at your stuff. What's that? What?
I was going to say, we're going to do, and we don't do this for anyone, so we're doing this for Jamie and the Snap Society. If you are, you know, paying attention to this little cast right here, you can get 30% off right now with the code.
But you don't tell, because because the people who are Snap Society members, which is free. It's free to become a member. You just enter your email address on the sidebar or down below underneath this, and you'll get a newsletter, and the newsletter comes every Wednesday. So next Wednesday in the newsletter, it will have the discount code, and it's for 30% off.
Yes, 30% off, which we have never done before.
That is so generous.
And it will be active for 2 weeks.
Okay, that is so awesome. All right. Well, very good. Okay, and did a little birdie tell me you might have a book coming out?
Yes.
Really?
I'm really excited about this. I was an English major, and I taught English in high school, so I've always enjoyed writing, but I was approached by a company last year to write a photography book. Cool. So my photography book, Clickology, Elevating Your Photography from Beginner to Pro, comes out in September of this year.
Oh my gosh. That is so exciting. Congratulations. I know. Okay, we're going to have Erin back on when that book comes out. I want you to send me a couple signed copies that I can give away.
Okay, for sure.
Okay. Well, Erin, thank you so much for coming on to the Snap Society. You've been so much fun.
It's been a blast.
Yeah, it's kind of been an all-day thing.
More often.
Yeah, we do need to. That's right. That's right. And thank you so much for watching here at the Snap Society, where everything clicks.